don't care what you're doing to me. I've been down in the ruin.
As women, we are allowed to actually change our mind, to think about things, put things in perspective, and then come back to tell you how we feel. So, I am actually going to go ahead and do a part 2 of my review that I did for Sisters Season 7, Episode 1, because when I posted the video, and I haven't posted yet, but I am going to post it today so I can do part 1 and part 2. So when I completed that video, I was all in my feelings and stuff, y'all, because I had things that I felt as though that the writers or the new writers did not address for me. So when I went into that video, I was just like in my feelings. So I decided to take a look at the video, or to watch Sisters again twice, so I can make a better intuitive decision on that particular episode. And what I did decide is to change the number that I'm giving it. So on my first video, I actually gave it a 4. Okay, I'm actually going to step it up to a 7. The reason why I'm doing that, and I took like true notes on this, you guys. I was like an investigator. I was like a reporter watching those watching those that episode. So tomorrow is going to be Season 7, Episode 2. So I really wanted to update this video because I really had time to think about it. And I know everything, and every time somebody does something, they always have a reason. So I haven't thought about it. So let me get my notes really quickly, and we're going to go over Season 1. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go over Season 7, Episode 1. This is my part 2. Not so me like backpedaling or anything like that. It's just that I was just thinking that they were going to address all of my concerns with this Season 7, Episode 1, and they didn't. But I thought about it, and I said, you know what? There's probably a reason why. So let me get my notes really quickly. And I also had to give me some coffee too. I'm not going to make this super long, but I really thought about this when I watched this video. And so why do I keep saying video when I watched the episode? I really thought about it, and I really looked at it, and it's like everything that I said on my first video, I'm not so much taking it back. I'm just emphasizing on different things that I saw the second and third time I watched it. Okay, so let me put on my glasses. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I am actually going to start with, and this part of the video, like, I really had to watch this part of the video, or this part of the episode, a couple times, because there were so many things in there that I didn't notice, but I took a step back. Okay, so I'm going to go right into Danny and Tony. So typically, Danny has her hot girl summers, and she has been really like getting busy with a lot of men on the show, which I don't like that, but you know, to each his own. She's single, she has no kids, but again, I didn't want her to be portrayed as a loose lady. Let's put it that way. But she's enjoying herself. She has no kids, she has her own place, and she can pretty much do what she wants to do. Okay. But what I love about Tony, at first I was saying, well, I don't like that they took her straight to the bed, blah, 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 blah. However, what I thought about was that you have to remember we went like 3 months in advance. So they basically had a 3-month relationship while we were waiting for Season 7 to come, which was not long, but they basically had a 3-month relationship. So in my notes, I love the fact that Tony kept referring to her as baby. I felt as though with him saying that they really had a connection, because you don't off the back start calling somebody baby unless you had a true, bond or something. So within that 3-month period, they really made a connection, and I absolutely love that. I love the way when she had her dream that he was caressing her leg and talking to her in a nice tone, trying to help her through the fact that she's having these bad dreams. I mean, these dreams are deep when you can actually feel somebody breathing on your neck and holding her and things like that. But he was he was just really talking to her in a nice tone, very caring tone, which I absolutely love, showing that he was really concerned, and also concerned that this was not the first dream that she's had in this 3-month period. So some things is going on with Danny. So Danny really needs to, needs to see a therapist. Me, myself, personally, I have always, I'll be 56 and I've never seen a therapist in my life. However, I feel as though Danny kind of told Tony, you should have told me you were seeing a therapy. Well, no, he shouldn't have, because that's his personal business. When you have, if he had a breakup that caused him to see a therapist, then that has nothing to do with Danny. I don't feel as though it was her business to know that, unless he wanted to, let her know that later on in a relationship. But yeah, I love the fact that he was very caring and wants her to see a therapist. I feel as though going through life, things are thrown our way where it's like, we lose our loved ones, we lose our parents, some people lose their children. I mean, that is a devastating, that is devastating to happen for a person. So I would say, if you need a person to actually see that's a therapist, most definitely go get you some help. I love that they're incorporating that into the actual scenes where they're touching bases on it's okay to see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with you if you see a therapist. It's good for you. I love that he said that. I just love the fact that he's saying how much he cared about her, and how he was just soothing her and, rubbing her body and letting her know it's okay to see a therapist. I absolutely love that. And then I started thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what? She does need to see a therapist, probably, because that incident that happened with the guy spitting on her, her busting out his windows and all that, and he was like beating her butt. And they were fighting and carrying on. That could have been a traumatic experience for her. And yeah, she needs to see a therapist. So I love the fact that he said that. Now, I will tell you, when he got up and went in the bathroom to make a phone call, I'm like, oh, no, don't tell me you're going to be like this and messing around on her. But what I absolutely love is that he took the time out to call Sabrina to come over to talk to Danny. That's why I had to actually, I had to take a second look at this episode twice just to really, really let it resonate within me. And so, yeah, I love, love, love that. Now, what I didn't like is that Danny running around the house calling his name and, are you in there, boo-boo? And I'm like, that's not ladylike, Danny. But anywho, she said it. But yeah, she could have some PSTD going on with what happened with that guy. So I'm feeling as though I love this part with Danny and Tony. I didn't think about the fact that they probably had an awesome 3 months while we were waiting for season 7 to come on, that they really had an awesome, relationship. I don't think any relationship, I don't even think when she was with, I'm trying to remember his name, y'all. I be having some moments. But Preston. I don't remember Preston ever calling her baby. And this guy probably called her baby like 5 or 6 times. So I absolutely love that. Love that for her. And then we went into our 3-minute commercial. I did go back. The last time when I was counting, I don't know if I was watching it on a different show, a different channel, but the commercials are like 3 minutes long. I guess I can deal with that. I can go get me something to eat and go to the restaurant. But anyway. So yeah, I absolutely love that part with Danny and Tony. I think I'm absolutely loving the fact that they finally brought her someone that actually shows love and caring and concern. So I would love for him to see him be a main character where those two can actually have a real bonding relationship. Absolutely love that. Let's see. I wrote notes. I'm telling you, I ain't never wrote no notes on. But yeah. So I'm not backpedaling, but y'all, I had to watch this over again. I was just waiting for them to address certain things. I think, yeah, Preston, it's time for Preston to go bye-bye. It's enough. I think Danny needs a man in her life that's actually going to kind of take the realms and take care of her, because Preston was basically, Danny was running over him. Okay. So let's get into Andy, Gary, Penelope, and Jordan. I really thought that, now I love Andy. I think she dresses to the nines for work. She always looks good, but I think that she was very overdressed for everyone else, especially for her date. When Cam and I go out, we try to dress alike with the same colors and things like that and try to make it look real nice. But Andy looks like she was going to a black tie event. Jordan just looked like he had on like just a regular shirt, and same thing with Penelope and Gary. They weren't dressed to the nines like Andy, so I don't know where Andy was going, whether she was trying to entice Gary or what she was doing, but yeah, she was just overly dressed. I love the fact that Andy was actually cooking. I love that. Being such a gracious host. I absolutely love that. The other thing was, I didn't understand that every time Andy gets someone to come to her home, the downstairs, whoever at the front desk or whatever, they always let her know you have a guest coming to your home. The door just opened up for Gary and Penelope, so I don't know what that was all about, but yeah. They didn't like say Gary and Penelope is coming. Should we let them up? But yeah, so they just came in. Okay. So, y'all, Gary facial expressions, oh my God, was just off the chain for me. He had so many facial expressions when Eddie started talking. Just funny. I've never seen him use that many facial expressions. Just was really cute. I thought, now I will tell you that I did not like the fact that Gary kind of got up out of his seat like this when something was said, and Penelope kind of was all off, like he was gonna, knock her down or something. I just didn't like that. Andy was more caring, and he didn't even say anything. He just about knocked her off the couch and didn't say, "Ooh, baby, you okay?" or nothing. So yeah, I was like, okay. So getting to Gary. I think overall, to be totally honest, I think that Gary is absolutely in love with Andy. Point blank, period. Infatuated with her, obsessed with her. And that lets me know, just from him going in her room, smelling on her underwear and, while your woman that you love, or, Penelope is in the other room, you're in there doing whatever with the panties and, getting busy with yourself. So, but yeah, Gary facial expressions were just priceless. And I just think he was just downright rude the whole night. Like, again, he wouldn't have been in my home. But again, I think the writers have something. I think it's going to be something that's going to be really good, that's going to go with these 4 individuals. So that's why they have to kind of set it up this way in order for us to see the real tea. Something is going to happen really big here. It's like I can see some plotting going on somewhere. And then I noticed that Penelope and Jordan was kind of holding hands at one point. I'm like, look, I love my brother all day long, but I ain't going to hold his damn hand that long, So I was looking, I was like, okay. So they were holding hands. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but I peeped it. So yeah, I just think something is going to happen there, and they have to set it up that way. But in the real world, we all know we wouldn't allow Gary back in our home. Probably, depending on which lady we're talking about, we probably wouldn't even be talking to Penelope. I mean, we wouldn't have like anything to do with Gary, but something's going to happen there. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens. Getting to Pam and Karen. I love the name of the salon, Karen's Fresh Start Salon. I think Karen's baby bump could be a little bit higher. For those of you who have had baby in the past, she looks like she's like dropping. You know how it's almost time to have the baby. She's kind of low there. But anywho, as long as we see a belly bump, a belly bump, I really don't care where it's sitting. I'm just glad we can see one now. The other thing, I have always said this from like season 1, I don't like the way Karen talks to Pam. I don't like it at all. I just don't like the way she talks to her. You know, they need to really fix that because, you know, Pam is true to truth. She loves Karen. She loves where she works. And if she's giving her exposure as an influencer for people to come to her salon, she needs to take that and stop being so snappy with Pam. I really don't like that. I don't want to see Pam in the sister circle. I would love to see Fatima in the sister circle. I don't want to see Pam in the sister circle. I like to see Pam right in the salon, being Karen's, you know, Karen needs somebody outside of her sister circle, and it could be Pam. Pam loves her, but she always being nasty to her, and I don't like that. They need to kind of tone it down just a little bit. What else did I like? Okay, and then hopefully Brian comes back. I really, really love Brian. I love that they brought an old school actor, you know, back. I love when they let old school actors come back into, you know, that they're keeping them, you know, working. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if he had feelings for her or what. They didn't like, I don't think so. I just feel as though maybe he had some more work or something he had to do somewhere. Oh, let me piggyback on Jordan, Andy, and Gary and Penelope. I did read, so I did do some research that Jordan, the previous actor, had accepted another job or something like that. But I mean, for that though, I mean, they had to like incorporate, for whatever master plan they have going on with Andy, Gary, Penelope, and Jordan, they had to like replace him, and it has to be still Jordan, you know? So they have something up their sleeve. I like him a little bit better than the other gentleman. As far he looks a little older for Andy. Still doesn't seem like it's her type of man, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I want to piggyback over that. And then yeah, we hope Brian comes back because we love Jason Weaver. Hopefully he comes back. Okay, Zach and Fatima. Now, what I do love about this episode is that, and I was like, sometimes I be going into like, this is real, like real time. Like, it's a show, Sherry. Get it right. It's just a show. Y'all, I be living my sister life. But anyway, so when they saw little Michael tied up in the bathroom, it's like they've caught her into different little, I forget the baby mama name. Sometimes that'll happen, y'all. I forgot her name. But when they catch her doing some bad mama things, it's like nobody records anything. Polices, are they doing anything? Is they capturing this information? And then I thought about it. If he's in foster care right now, that means that there was some information relayed where he had to go to foster care and not with his mom. So they got some type of evidence going on. I do love the fact that Zach told the social worker or whoever he was on the phone with to tell little Michael that his daddy loves him. And then Fatima said, tell him I love him too, which I absolutely love that. I love the fact that Zach is stepping up and taking his father role with Michael. And he really, really wants to be Michael's dad. So I hope all of this works out. I hope that we don't get something where the paternity test went through Fatima's job and Hayden, little slippery hand butt, had something to do with that, where that's not his baby. That would be really, really bad. But anywho, I kind of think that with them like getting busy at the club, maybe it is Zach's baby, and that'll be awesome just to see him step up and be a real dad, and just because he can't eat, sleep, or nothing until he has Michael at that house. I love the fact that they touched base on him, like going to the store, buying him toys for his room and all that. Absolutely love that. Sabrina and Rich. Okay. Now, I do still think that Fatima and Zach need to go on over to the Zatima and come to Sisters every blue moon. So they really have to figure out a way to like incorporate somebody in there to make that show go boom, so Zach and Fatima can get into their show. But if they're making double money, anywho, it's good. Okay, so if he's getting back on Sabrina Rich, I love the fact that Sabrina has her office back, the same location that she was at before. I am so happy for her. I love that her gentleman Rich came in with flowers. They're kissing in the office. I think this is going to be a good thing for Sabrina. I absolutely love Rich for her. I love the fact that she's stepping outside of the box and she's going to the car to get busy. Absolutely love that. I want to see that relationship grow. And I do think it was for the best that Calvin just left and did whatever he needed to do with whomever he needed to do. And he just left that way. I would have loved for it to be a little sappy, but they had not been on good terms, like as far as a relationship for a while. So with him just packing up and leaving like that, you know, it is what it is. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how this relationship grows. And we just won't talk about Maurice. I hope he gets whatever he needs, you know, because sometimes they just have him just a little too extra. And it's understandable why they were going to not give him his job back, you know, why they're not going to get his job. Because, yes, sometimes he could be extra. I've never talked to my boss the way Sabrina is his boss at the end of the day. And if they talk whatever way they talk outside of business, but when they're at the workplace, he needs to respect the fact that that's his boss. Not calling her bees, and just the way he talks and just a lot of things. So yeah, as the bank, I would have probably not gave him his job back either, but they went about it the wrong way, because he was working there before he was working there before the bank robbery, and so they needed to actually do protocol. If they weren't going to bring him back, they needed to say, well, these are other things and we were going to talk to you, or something like that, or brought him back and wait for him to mess up again and then let him go. Not tell Sabrina she can tell him. I didn't like all of that. That's So yeah, I wanted to come back and just say I'm going to give that episode an 8. I really, after just doing this all over again, absolutely loved. I think that the writers, depending on when they were talking about taking over, they have a whole season to do. So I think they're setting everything up perfectly so that it's going to work out, and we're going to be very happy with this season. So yeah. So I just came back to give my 2 cents, just my opinion. If you're watching Sisters, please go ahead and comment below. It's my first time doing this, and I said I have to make a second video because I watched it over again, and there's reasons why they probably didn't do that they didn't address a lot of things that we wanted them to address. I really feel as though Robin will be back. I'm just not sure when, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. He was a great asset to this particular show, and I think that he make boss moves. I think he gets the job done. I think when he comes back, he's going to come back with a bang. With that being said, this is part 2 of that episode I watched. I actually thoroughly enjoyed like taking notes and watching the show. You know, you have to kind of watch it over and over again. You take a different perspective on the show. But yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday and it comes back on. So I am so super excited about that. But yeah, I'm going to post this video, post the other video. So I have 1 and 2 up. Because, yeah, you have to kind of like take a step back. Because, y'all, I was in my feelings. I'm like, well, what? Why y'all didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? And so I said, you know what, girl? Go watch that. Go watch the show again. So, yeah, if this is your first time coming to our channel, this is something new for me. I've never did this before, like did a recap or a review on any show. But absolutely am in love with Sisters. And, yeah, so I went ahead and did this review. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them below. Go ahead and tell me, do you watch this show? What did you think of my video? Did I hit some things on the head? Did I not hit some things on the head? Did I go left on some things? Just let me know. Let's get a conversation going, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hit the subscribe button. We would love for you to be part of this amazing family. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so whenever I post a video, you'll be in the know. Have a great day and Happy New Year.